and to just bring these events to life in a way that gets into your DNA a little bit. That was our goal.
It's interesting to hear you say that. As we were preparing for this interview, one of my very smart producers says, well, you know, Ava is a woman whose films are about humans, and those humans are often black humans and bring all of their blackness, but they are humans. And now she had to make a struggle movie, and yet she makes a struggle movie that is about humanity as opposed to being exclusively kind of struggle film. And I think that for me is, I loved the moment when he's taking out the trash. It's probably my favorite King moment that you give us, because I think of what an act of almost love that is in that moment. Like he's saying, I'm going off to do all the things I have to do, but I'm gonna take the trash out first, baby. And you do see him trying to engage as a person in that moment.
Yes. And you know, I mean, we're talking about things that just should be, of course we should see him as a person. Mm-hmm. Of course we should see him as more than, you know, a street name and a speech and a catchphrase, I have a dream, and you know what I mean, our the local elementary school and the holiday and all of the things that Martin Luther King Jr.'s name have come to mean, mm-hmm. which is very homogenized in my view. You know, this brother was a radical. He was a radical. He was a radical thinker. You know, we think about nonviolence. I know I had the you know, unfortunate history, my own personal history, in thinking of nonviolence in a way that felt weaker than some of the, you know, movement people that I've admired in my education of you know, Panthers. I'm from Compton, California, so Panthers. Right. You know, I'm like a, you know, Panther. Yep. You know, when you pick your superheroes, you know, King has his place, but when you really study the ideas, there's radical theory there, as we know. And so part of this film was really about illuminating that as well, the deep strategy, the tactics that go into it. I mean, you ask most young people about nonviolence and you know, just dismissed without knowing you know, beyond the strength of character, but the real tactical strategy. You know, in this film we show very clearly the strategy of nonviolence to provoke violence, to amplify racism and oppression. You know, to put your body on the line knowing that you were going to be violated, and to do that, to pursue, you know, freedom of life and livelihood. And
but at a cost. I mean, I think part of